David wants to have a word with you. Word or two.
Just for a second here, I want to tell you about this next song we're going to do. This next song is called Just As Sure As I'm Sitting Here. And it's one of my favorite songs in the show. It's not one of our best known, but it's one of my favorites, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, this song might sound like a relatively inconsequential blues groove without much substance to it when you first listen to it, but it's really much more than that. See? It's a song about what the blues is really about. And what the blues is really about is the irrefutable, undeniable, inescapable fact that we get some good times in this life. And then again, we get some bad times from time to time. Now, this is useful information for people who might not know that yet. Some people don't know that yet. I mean, for instance, maybe you're young enough to think that there ain't gonna be no bad times in your life. I mean, why would there be? You got your plan working, you got your program together, you know what you're doing, you got this. What could go wrong, right? Well, I'm just gonna let you keep on living and let it go at that. I'm gonna go to the other hand now, which I'm much more familiar with, which is maybe you're old enough to think that there ain't gonna be no more good times in your life. See, maybe you look like me when you get out of bed in the morning and the first word out of your mouth is ow. The second word too, I may get into the bathroom like a newborn giraffe, right? Just hanging on to stuff and shaking and wobbling. My wife's lying in bed laughing at me because I'm hobbling around that way making old guy noises. She can do that, see, because she's 12 years younger than I am. I'm going to tell you what's bad about being married to a woman that's 12 years younger than you are. Nothing. Somebody's got to agree. You know, that's the good part. The bad part is then you got to go into the bathroom and look at yourself in the mirror. You ever argue with the mirror? I do. Get off of the floor. That can't be right. I swear I didn't look like that yesterday. The other day I was shaving, right? And when I was done, I saw something on my neck. I leaned in to see what it was. It was my neck. My neck was hanging from my neck. It made me so mad that I decided to make Alicia look at it too. So I went back into the bedroom in my underwear, just strutting back in. I looked like an expired rotisserie chicken. What do you think about this? Don't this make you want to give me a great big kiss? Oddly enough, it did. For some reason. Anyway, what I used to do at this point in the introduction was go on to elaborate at length about the vicissitudes of being 77, which is what I am right now. Oh, I didn't talk about it. I didn't talk about my knees. I got 2 titanium steel trailer hitches for hips. I can tell you about that. You know what spinal stenosis is? I do, because I got it in the 5th lumbar vertebrae of my spine. But you know what? Since my hips were replaced, the major aches and pains are gone. So I can't really complain about them anymore. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Alicia. Now, Alicia is a tech. She's my wife, like I said, 12 years younger. There's a generational difference. I have seen her sit down on the floor, wrap a rag around her head, and turn 1,000 components that big into a state-of-the-art working computer. She can build one. She can repair one. She's really good at that. Me, not so much, right? Being a tech, she likes to keep up with the latest technological advances, so when she got an update on her Apple Watch, she gave me her old one. I'm going to tell you about this watch. This watch is a watch the way your phone is a phone, right? Yeah, you can look at it. It'll tell you what time it is if you want to know that, but that's the least of what it can do. It's a compass. It's a GPS. It can tell you your blood oxygen. It can tell you your heartbeat. It can take messages. If you want to know if it's raining in Calcutta right now, the watch knows. You know, all you got to do. It's a watch that makes a statement. And that statement is, you can't give an Apple Watch to a 77-year-old man and expect it not to take him by surprise from time. Because let me tell you what I didn't know about the watch. I knew it could hear, right? I knew it could hear. Because if the phone's over there and it rings and I'm here, I can answer it on the watch. just talk right into the watch, listen into the watch. I can do the whole thing. I don't have to get anywhere near my phone. So I knew it could hear. I did not know that it's always listening. That's the first thing I didn't know. The second thing I didn't know is that the watch can and will take unprompted, unilateral action all by itself, if, in the opinion of the watch, that action is called for. I didn't know that either. We're doing a show, and here comes Easy to Be Hard. Now, Easy to Be Hard is a beautiful song. I love singing it, but the bridge to that song takes me up to the very highest note that I am capable of exerting any control over whatsoever. It's a backbreaker for an old man like me, right? And so I wait for it. I lay for it. You know, I say, okay, here it comes. You can do it. Last night we'll do it. How about a needed pen? All right. My watch did not applaud. My watch had heard enough. My watch had heard all it needed to hear. My watch, apparently unaccustomed to nuance, could only think of one reason why I might make a sound like that. My watch was forced to conclude that I was embroiled in some agonizing situation, and having thus concluded, my watch called 911. 911 answered, and I had to tell him, no, 911. There's no emergency. I hit a high note and scared my watch. I'm sorry. And they didn't. Although I imagine that story is still going around the Carbon County 911 office to this day. Anyway, these are the things that we deal with, right? Aches and pains, technology that I don't even try to keep up with anymore. You know, but let me tell you something much more important that I've learned in the 77 years that I've been here, and that's this. That there are millions of people all over this world who would gladly trade their pain and their problems for mine without a moment's hesitation or a second thought. Right? We all know that. So when we do this song together, which we're going to do right now, I don't think about vicissitudes anymore. I don't think about the things that I would complain about, because my complaints are jokes. They're jokes. They're to laugh, right? So I don't think about vicissitudes anymore, or aches and pains, or technology. I think about the fact that life is short, my friends. Maybe we better enjoy it while we got it and quit being ungrateful all the time.